Hey guys, welcome back to another Mythic Legions review. Today we're taking a look at the vampire goddess Illythia from the Illythia wave. On the back of the package we have new artwork featuring the Four Horsemen, with Illythia at the center up front and Erethir lit up in the back, with the two other unreleased horsemen shrouded in shadow. The side has the character card of Illythia with some lore on her background. Like all other Mythic Legions releases, the packages are easy to take apart without having to tear any plastic open and being able to use them for storage. Illythia is the goddess of her brood. Named after her, her legions are filled with vampires and creatures who gain power by draining the life force of others. She was defeated back in the ancient ages of Mythos, only to have recently returned, reunited with their long-lost weapon, the Soul Spiller, a weapon capable of stealing life force of anyone she wants. As the second horseman of the apocalypse to return, her appearance brings the end of times much closer to Mythos, with their brood ready to unleash a great wave of suffering. Illythia stands ready for the legions to attack the peaceful kingdoms with cold and calculating attacks, ready to drain the blood from the world of Mythos itself. Let's take a look at the detail. Illythia has pale white skin, with big bright white eyes surrounded by black eyeliner. Her face is sculpted in an angry frown, with purple lipstick bringing out her lips. On top she has a large black helmet, with large threads of hair wrapped in purple jewelry. On the side we can see her large elf-like ears, with purple earrings, along with more of the black gloss spikes, horns, and braids on the helmet. On the top of the helmet, we can see more glossy spikes, with a purple spine reaching to the top and a small skeleton holding up two scales. The back of the head has large strands of black hair transitioning into a purple color, with large rings and spikes decorating the hair. A large braid rests on the front of the chest, with purple jewelry attached, and underneath we see purple cloth wrapped around the body with the black textured edge. On the back we see more of that bright pale skin, along with the black glossy piece of armor where we will attach the back piece into. We can also see more of that purple wrap texture on the back. The shoulders use the smaller 2.0 female arms with a bit of slight muscle tone. The wrists are wrapped in a glossy black leather with brown straps and silver buckles. We can also see the nails painted purple on the hands. We have a large black belt with a purple vampire buckle at the center. Large skeletal spikes hang down from the waist, wrapping all around the figure. Underneath we have a cloth tabard and robes. The purple cloth hangs low, reaching all the way to the feet. Soft and pliable, it has metal wiring built in to keep its pose. On the back we have a large plate of armor covering the backside, with a few more larger bone spikes hanging down. The lower robe reaches all the way down to the ankles and also has metal wiring in it to hold its pose. Underneath the cloth robes we can see the thighs of the figure, a pale white skin with a small bit of muscle tone. The legs are covered by black glossy armor with a bit of purple detailing and small brown straps. We finish off the detail of the figure with the feet. More pale skin with toenails painted in purple. Let's check out the articulation. We have a ball jointed head with the helmet restricting most of the articulation. Shoulders that open and rotate all around. Elbows that rotate and bend forward. A rotating forearm. Wrists that rotate and bends up and down. A ball joint at the chest. A waist that rotates, with the large belt mostly locking it into place. Legs that open and bend forward and back. Rotating thighs. Knees that bend back. Ankles that rotate and bend up and down, with a rotating foot. The necklace that's worn is able to be removed and placed back on. We get a long cloth sash with metal wiring to hold its pose. The sash wraps around the waist where you can then pose it in any way you want. We have a pair of black and dark steel twin blades that have the option of being attached together. We have Illythia's Soul Spiller weapon, a purple beam scale, with skeletal snakes holding onto spiked scales hanging down from silver chains. We get a pair of grasping gloss black skeletal arms, and another pair of skeletal arms with the hands grabbing. While these hands are used as accessories, they are fully posable and have the joints to attach to the smaller 2.0 bodies. We get a pair of black and purple spiked weights with silver chains attached to them. And we get the 4-arm socket back piece exclusive to this figure. The back piece installs just like the wing adapters do on other figures, with the square peg matching the socket on the back. Once installed, you can then place the head back on where the hair fits perfectly between the sockets. The skeletal arms are placed into the sockets, with the grabbing arms going on top. The grasping skeletal arms go on the 2 bottom sockets, completing the back piece of the figure. The small weights can then be rested on the open palms of the skeletal hands. And finally, equipping the upper arms with the twin blades, completing Illythia's back attachment. Four Horsemen Studios continues to amaze me with its great attention to details, unique sculpts, and creative use of parts. Illythia not only stands out with all of her uniquely sculpted parts, but the use of the new cloth accessories blends the line between action figure and a high quality collectible. This figure is the start of Four Horsemen Studios using more cloth goods, and experimenting with new sculpts and ways to use them. The back attachment having actual posable arm parts is a creative and unique way to use the extra parts, as well as giving the smaller 2.0 body a larger profile. Almost every accessory is unique to the figure except for the blades. The scales use real metal chains on both the weapons and the arms, and the cloth parts all have metal wiring in it to help hold dynamic poses, something that really adds to the premium quality of the figure. It's kinda hard to gauge the value of the figure, as most of the extra accessories are things like extra arms rather than an alternate head or weapons, but there is an impressive amount of parts on this figure, enough to give the feeling of having to build the Illythia with all the extra parts. While she does use a smaller 2.0 body, all of the attachments doesn't throw off the balance as much as I thought it would, but all the weight is resting on the tiny ankle joints, making it a bit of a pain for dynamic poses. Illythia is a must-have for any collector of Mythic Legions. As one of the Four Horsemen and the god of her legion, she plays a major role in the story and is one of the most unique looking figures released so far. Four Horsemen Studios seems to only improve their figures wave after wave, adding in more detail in their figures, while adding in more unique parts as well. Overall, a great figure, something that will stand out in your collection, and vampires don't get enough figures as it is, so this wave is definitely amazing to fill in that void. Alright guys, that's it for this review. More reviews are coming up soon, so check out my other videos or leave a comment while you wait.